This is Jackie with In the Key of Change, and I'm here with Garret Rapp from the Color Morale.
Hello.
And you are on the Hope Never Loses Us tour.
Yep.
You're sort of halfway there.
We just hit the halfway point, I think, yesterday.
Okay, great. So, most importantly, when will your new album, No Hope, be officially released?
Rise is going to make an announcement of an official release date, I believe, next week, when pre-order packages and the new song is released. So it should be sometime in the next, this coming week.
So stay tuned for that. How did the band come up with the title No Hope? It's sort of been bouncing around online for almost a year now. Kids have tattoos and such. I mean,
Yeah, it's I don't know. I was just brainstorming. One day we needed to come up with a title for the third album, and I really like play on words, things that you have to kind of dissect and figure out. But at the same time, something that's not so deep that you don't understand what it means. So I was trying to think of a title. I wanted to do something with this album. It became really prevalent, second album cycle, that a lot of kids have started connecting to our band on a really deep emotional level. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to just make something that was more of a movement than an album title, that was kind of a play off of perception and the way that you handle things, metaphorically, about hope, just the simple concept of hope. So I don't know, one day I was just, man, no hope, no hope, no hope, no hope. Okay, and I'd never really heard that before, so it was something that was, original and unique, and I didn't, take it from anything. I just kind of was there. So that I brought it to the guys, and I brought it to a couple people, and a couple of them were, I don't know, you guys seem like a positive band, and that's a pretty negative. And I'm like, well, it's KNOW, hope, not NO. And at that point, it's so it's kind of set in motion that, yeah, that's what we should do for this.
Yeah, definitely. And I will hopefully be able to find for you online. There is a Simpsons version of No Hope. I texted Justin a long time ago. It was on about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, but I'll give you some details about that. It's the same spelling and everything, so I was just like, that's creepy. So maybe Simpson creators follow you. That'd be really cool.
I mean, it's hard to come up with something that hasn't been thought of already, but I'd never heard that anywhere myself, and it was something that was kind of like just there, it was there, and then wow, okay, well, this is exactly what I wanted, what we were looking for, something to play off perception, but that delivered a message of hope and optimism. So.
And why is it important to have hope in 2013?
Well, it all starts at the root, coming from the one writing the songs. I'm not really, I've been kind of all over the place in the last year, especially with my own personal, my personal beliefs on religion and just kind of a stagnant gray area. And no matter what, you struggle with, whether it's addiction or it's depression, suicide, or God yourself. Everyone has some kind of struggle that they deal with. But I couldn't really think of anything to make a gimmick out of hope. There's no gimmick involved. There's no one trying to sell you that, because it's in you. And I don't know, I've kind of seen this whole different side of things. You grow up in this box, and you're in this comfort zone. And once you get out of the box and you start seeing things and people and how people act and respond and react, it makes you question a lot of things in your life. And for me, I've grown up in this area, in this box, in this comfortable place my whole life. And then once I stepped outside of it, I started learning a lot about people and what people self-create, self-manufacture, push on others. And it got me really just kind of, I'm just going to step back and just observe things for a while. and that's kind of, I guess I'm in an observation state right now. So I've learned a lot about myself in that.
So what are some of your personal sources of hope?
Tonight in our VIP acoustic meet and greet that we did earlier, there were two young ladies that one of them had a no hope tattoo. One of them had some other lyrics tattooed in an anchor. And man, that's the first one that just popped in my head, because that's no matter where I'm at, I'm constantly reminded of why I've written the things I've written, where I was when I wrote them, and where I'll be when I read them back in 5 years. And those are all different places. So my hope right now in this moment, what I'm doing is spreading the message through the songs and the writing. And I'm on a road, and it's going to lead somewhere great, and I'm excited for that.
Excellent. Yeah, I've seen a lot online of the different no hope tattoos and song lyrics and such. There's tons out there. I think there's you guys have a whole album.
It's insane, because we haven't even released a noise from the album yet. It's just it's a message, and that's what I want this album to be. I don't want it to be another push this album and put it in magazines and push so we can make money off it and we can sell it. It's a product. It's a commodity that you need and have it in 2013. No, like, this album is a movement. It's something that I believe in my heart that'll be there. I'm not going to be in a hardcore band for the rest of my life. I'm on a road, and the road stopped in Maryland tonight. But at the end of the road, I want to look back and I want to know that I made a difference in something. That's just kind of what drives me in life. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life, somehow. Right now, my outlet is in music and singing and writing and performing. But that's what I am.
So you mentioned earlier that for this tour you've been offering the VIPs an acoustic version. How do you do that with hardcore? That's got to be a bit of a challenge.
Well, here's the thing. There's a whole other side of the color morale that most people don't know about. We're kind of pigeonholed as a hardcore band, and we are a melodic hardcore band, but there's a whole other side. I prefer singing. When I go home, I don't scream around in my car. Singing is my favorite creative outlet. So it's like, hey, let's. A lot of people don't even know that we have this, element to the color morale. So why don't we start tapping on it more? And we did on the new record, and we've already been talking about doing like an acoustic EP, but like having these VIP meet and greets, it's just a great opportunity to have something more personal, show something. We're not worried about this production or making this an album or making, this is just heart. It's heart, and we're just going to pour it out for 6 minutes, and you can listen to it and take something away, or, it's just really enjoy it.
So which songs do you perform? Old stuff, new stuff, any surprises?
All kinds of stuff that we're working on, and we're actually going to change it up. Devin and I have pretty similar tastes in what we prefer to play and sing. We have really identical tastes, actually. So, some cover songs, some new songs, some old color morale songs, some new color morale songs. It's just fun. I love music.
And from what I've been reading online, fans have been really receptive. As far as online, what is the role you see that social media has, sort of in your band's either reaching out, your message, or your success?
In social media in general, this whole scene is. I like it because everyone else likes it, and that's how some of these bands blow up, so quickly. It's just the social media side of things. Somebody pumps a bunch of money into something, throws it all over everybody's website homepages and Facebook and blah blah blah, and then the band gets massive and rides on that for a couple of years, and then the band digresses, and then there's no more band. It's just, I don't know. It's almost like bands nowadays can do their own marketing, but there's so many bands anymore. And the worst part is everyone's trying to be someone else. I think that if you have heart in what you're doing and passion in what you're doing. You worry about being you, being unique, and being yourself before you're worried about what everyone's going to think, what you need to be. You just need to be what you are yourself. And if that's awkward and weird and not social, great. At least it's original. So, yeah, that's it's like the new album, you know, No Hope. We tried to just worry about being the color morale for once. Not that we haven't done that in the past, but you know, with the producer that we chose and the you know, we had all of the control creatively in this album. So I feel like this album is a great representation of what we are as a band.
Excellent. Well, I think that fans have already been really receptive to the No Hope message. And, you know, social media can be sort of a necessary evil. So with that said, keep an eye out for the release date of No Hope. And stay tuned. This is Jackie with In the Key of Change.